name a lot. He was the focus of so much pressure and attention in the days before, and he was in danger from some in the mob who allegedly chanted, "Hang Mike Pence." Here on the West Front by the inaugural platform, someone at some point erected this gallows with a noose. We'll take you inside the Capitol. Let me lift up the dome on the second floor. This is where Mike Pence was early in the afternoon. Here's the House chamber. Here's the Senate chamber. He was evacuated moments before some in the crowd got inside and sat in his chair. He was evacuated out a back door. You see him leaving the door here, going down the staircase. Mike Pence would go to an underground loading dock until the electoral counting resumed later that night. Beginning tonight, the committee reveals what he was doing while underground, the pressure he was under, including from former President Trump. And Nora, his top aides are cooperating. We may hear from them as early as tonight.
I wonder if we'll ever hear from Mike Pence in that committee. Thank you, Scott McFarland. And CBS News will have full coverage of the first public hearings from the January 6th committee. That's tonight, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We hope you'll join us. We have breaking news at this hour of another mass shooting in America, this time in a small Maryland town less than 10 miles away from Camp David. There's no indication the violence was related to the presidential retreat, but tonight police are investigating a deadly workplace shooting. CBS's Jeff Begays is at the scene.
Stunned motorists ducked for cover as gunshots rang out on this busy road as officers raced to the scene of another mass shooting.
Units immediately responded and located 4 victims, 3 of which were deceased at the scene, and 1 who was critically injured and transported.
Shots fired! Turn around! Authorities say a gunman opened fire this afternoon inside a concrete equipment company in Smithsburg, Maryland.
Suspect fired and shot state trooper in the shoulder, who then returned fire and shot him back.
Columbia Machine is a Vancouver-based company. In a statement, the company said that we are working with local authorities and are in contact with them. The safety of our employees is our #1 priority. This is the 58th mass shooting since a gunman killed 10 people in a racially motivated shooting at a supermarket in Buffalo, New York, and a little over 2 weeks since a shooter killed 21 people at an elementary school in Uvalde, Texas. Several terrifying minutes in this small town as this mass shooting unfolded here. At this hour, the suspect is in custody. The FBI and the ATF are on scene. They aren't leading this investigation, but they are assisting local police. Nora.
Jeff Begays, thank you for being there. We turn now to Grand Rapids, Michigan, where a white police officer was charged today with second-degree murder after shooting a young black man during a traffic stop that escalated into chaos. The shooting in April ignited protests and calls for justice. CBS's Jerika Duncan has been following the case.
In a much-anticipated decision, Kent County Prosecutor Christopher Becker explained why he is charging Grand Rapids police officer Christopher Scher with a felony.
First, there was a death done by the defendant, and the death was not justified or excused, for example, by self-defense.
1913. The shooting happened in early April after Scher pulled over 26-year-old Patrick Lioya, a Congolese immigrant driving a car that police say did not match the license plate.
I'm stopping you. Do you have a license? Do you have a license?
What?
Police body cam footage, surveillance, and cell phone video captured the entire incident.
No. Stop.
The officer approaches the car, but Lioya resists.
Stop.
Then runs. There's a 2-minute struggle during which the officer twice tries to use his taser, but misses.
Let go of the taser.
Officer Scher's body camera turns off. It's not clear why, but other video shows the officer taking out his gun and shooting Lioya once in the back of his head.
Get back!
Reaction today was swift. Demonstrators praised the decision to prosecute Scher. Speaking in Swahili, Lioya's father said today's announcement was only a first step toward justice for his son.
It can be long, it can be short, but what I want just is the final justice for my son.
Officer Scher is now in police custody. He's expected to be arraigned tomorrow. As for that second-degree murder charge, Nora, if he's convicted, he faces anywhere from 25 years to life behind bars.
Jerika Duncan, thank you. Today, for the 13th day in a row, the price of gas in America hit an all-time high. Nationally, it's averaging nearly $5 a gallon, but in 20 states and here in Washington, D.C., it's at or above that price. Well, tonight, CBS's Carter Evans shows us how this is fueling financial stress.
Every time P.J. McNall starts up his truck, the maker of Zab's hot sauce is burning more money than ever before.
How much do you usually spend a week for gas?
Well, normally it costs about $140 to fill up the tank, and that's every probably 4 days. It's painful.
And it's almost double what he paid at the start of the pandemic. As a small business owner, McNall still makes all the deliveries himself, 60 miles a day.
High gas prices, inflation, it has real implications for you.
Yeah, it does, and it prevents us from expanding our team and giving jobs to other people. It means more work for me.
Americans now spending $700 million more every day on gasoline than they did just a year ago.
Energy analyst Patrick DeHaan says GasBuddy.com's live data shows the national average for gas actually hit the $5 mark this morning, and he expects it to keep rising.
We could see gas prices eclipse $6 a gallon should there be any disruption, such as a hurricane or a refinery outage. There's basically no margin for error this summer.
With people back on the road, returning to work and taking vacations, even with these prices, demand is at its highest point this year, with Americans now guzzling 9.2 million barrels of gasoline every day.
I don't have a choice, whether it costs $80 or $150. It is what it is, and I have to absorb it or the business will die.
Gas prices are highest here in California, and diesel's even higher. And even if your car doesn't take diesel, you're paying for it. That's because the trucks and trains that deliver goods, they all run on diesel, and it's making everything more expensive. Nora?
No doubt. Carter Evans, thank you. Well, we learned today that there were no survivors when a U.S. Marines Osprey aircraft crashed yesterday during a training mission in the Southern California desert. The names of the 5 Marines on board have not been released. The tilt-rotor Osprey takes off and lands like a helicopter, but it flies like a plane. This was the second deadly Osprey crash in just over 2 months. Let's turn now to the chronic crisis of homelessness in America. According to a University of Chicago study, more than 4 million young people experience homelessness every year in the United States, and research shows that as much as 40% of homeless youth identify as LGBTQ+. In tonight's Eye on America, CBS's Meg Oliver takes a look at a nonprofit that's trying a new approach to ending an old problem.
Fletcher has to take 2 trains and a bus to get home, but would never complain because having a home to go to wasn't always a guarantee.
I was very much like, I'm gonna have to sleep in the street.
Fletcher is just one of the roughly 41,000 youth who experience homelessness on a given night. The 22-year-old left an abusive home in Georgia with no job and no support in Boston.
It's been an incredible turnaround.
Fletcher works at Break Time, a new nonprofit helping end the cycle of homelessness among young adults.
Young adult homelessness is really at a peak at this country for a number of different reasons. One is that young people who are LGBTQ+ are being kicked out of their homes. We also have many young people who are transitioning out of the foster care system.
Connor Schoen is the executive director. The recent Harvard graduate was inspired to start Break Time while working at a shelter during college.
I found again and again that the thing that they were most asking about was jobs.
Were you surprised by that?
I was surprised by that, because you're at a homeless shelter and you expect that people will be trying to figure out housing, and they were. But twice as often, they were asking about jobs.
The year-long program starts with workplace training, followed with a 3-month job placement at a nonprofit or small business, and credit counseling.
If I would have known about this 10 years ago, I wouldn't be going through what I've known about now.
What's going on, boss? Here to pick up the donations.
For Armani, a job is just the beginning. Break Time has also helped him apply for an apartment and rent assistance.
Break Time gives you the opportunity to further yourself, even with the hurdles that you go through. Even if you make a mistake, they're saying it's okay to go back and try again, because only you can be your biggest hurdle.
Helping young people like Fletcher find meaning and purpose in their life once again.
It's this thing where you don't realize until you're on the other side of it. It very well and truly saved my life.
Break time saved your life.
Genuinely.
For Eye on America, Meg Oliver, CBS News, Boston.
And still ahead on tonight's CBS Evening News, the bitter fight in the pro golf world as Phil Mickelson reportedly banks a $200 million paycheck.
Tonight's Eye on America segment is sponsored by Prudential. Millions of people rely on Prudential's rock-solid strength for investing and financial planning.
Like an eagle protects his head. We all need a rock we can rely on. To be strong. To overcome anything. To be unstoppable. That's why millions rely on the strength and financial guidance of Prudential to achieve their dreams. Who's your rock?
We all have that list of home improvement projects we need to do, and if replacing your home's windows and doors is on that list, you want to know that it's going to be affordable. I'm from Renewal by Andersen, and we've helped thousands of customers who are on a budget get our windows and doors for their home. How do we do it? Well, here's something you don't expect to hear from a window company. You don't have to upgrade all your windows and doors at the same time. We're really good at identifying the bad windows and those you can wait on replacing. And here's something we offer that you don't find with a lot of window companies or contractors: great financing options. With Renewal by Andersen, you can have monthly payments that'll probably be lower than your cable bill. With another program, you can get windows and doors now and not pay anything for an entire year. It's almost like free money. No wonder half of our customers finance. Our windows are so durable and our installers are so talented. Unlike some other companies, our warranties cover the windows, patio doors, and the installation.
It's really impressive that they sell the product, they manufacture the product, they install the product, because then you're dealing with one company, and you're dealing with one company that has a long-standing and solid reputation.
Before June 30th, buy one window or door and get the next one 40% off with a minimum purchase of 4, with no money down, no monthly payments, and no interest for 1 year. Call today for a free appointment. 1-800-514-2424. That's 1-800-514-2424.
I'm in love again. With this. My secret is a new secret dry spray. It smells so good, and it's secret, so it works all day. Spray fresh, stay fresh. Secret.
I brought in Ensure Max Protein with 30 grams of protein. Those who tried me felt more energy in just 2 weeks. Here, I'll take that.
Ensure Max Protein with 30 grams of protein, 1 gram of sugar, and nutrients to support immune health.
You could say it was the shot heard around the world of golf today. The PGA Tour effectively sliced 17 players from its roster over their participation in a Saudi-financed golf tournament. Teeing up this report from CBS's Charlie D'Agata.
Just moments after stars like Phil Mickelson and Dustin Johnson ripped their drives down the fairway, they and 15 other PGA members were declared out of bounds by Commissioner Jay Monahan in a letter to the PGA Tour. These players have made their choice for their own financial-based reasons, but they can't demand the same PGA Tour membership benefits, considerations, opportunities, and platform as you. Mickelson has refused to deny reports he cut a deal for $200 million, but has defended his decision to take part.
I understand that many people have very strong opinions and may disagree with my decision.
Add to the backlash, it's being bankrolled by a Saudi regime and a PR campaign to distract from a history of human rights abuses.
There are many who see this quite simply as sports washing.
But with more big names lured by massive multi-million-dollar paychecks, the breakaway tour has already driven a wedge through the PGA. Charlie D'Agata, CBS News, St. Albans, England.
And coming up next, students are starting the day with family, friends, and yes, exercise. Why the walking school bus, that's right, is growing in popularity.
I'm here at home with Officers Martinez and Endicott. They're here because my Simply Safe security camera captured an uninvited guest. SimpliSafe monitoring pros used the video to have a little chat with police, telling them what was going down. The officers tell me that video verification helps them get there lightning fast. It's all part of SimpliSafe's comprehensive 24/7 whole home security. And for unsurpassed protection, get advanced pro monitoring for less than $1 a day. Only from SimpliSafe.
A monster was attacking, but the team remained calm. Because with Miro, they could problem solve together and find the answer that was right under their nose. Or his nose.
Success looks different for everyone, which means the path to success also looks different. For 75 years, University of Maryland Global Campus has helped adults succeed. You're not waiting to win. You're ready to succeed again at umgc.edu.
Car and home insurance rates will go up, but don't pay more than you need to. That's why I went to thezebra.com. At The Zebra, you can easily compare quotes from top providers. They can help you save as much as $900 a year. Compare for free at thezebra.com now.
For all the times we've been inspired to be just like Dad. Find the gift he'll love to use. Visit our Father's Day gift guide.
The Insurrection, an 11-month investigation. What you haven't seen. The January 6th hearings begin. Watch CBS News Live tonight.
Schools across the country have begun a new program that begins before the first bell. The walking school bus is helping both kids and seniors start the day off right. Here's CBS's Jan Crawford.
Hi, Natalia. Hi. The bus is here. Toot, toot.
77-year-old Andrea Walker is not your traditional bus driver.
When I heard about this bus thing, I wanted to do it.
But this isn't Walker's bus. She's leading this kind.
Left, right. Okay, guys.
It's called an intergenerational walking school bus. Once a week, senior citizens walk with students to Oak Ridge Elementary in Arlington, Virginia.
The bus is here.
Everyone gets exercise, it keeps cars off the road, and more importantly, connections are made along the way.
Molly, I asked her how did I go and move, the icons on my phone. First, Molly corrected me and said it's apps, not icons. Right.
They hope to expand it to all county schools this fall.
You just get picked up by a bunch of happy people, and then you get to walk with a bunch of your friends. I mean, what's not to like?
Not a major commitment, but boy, a major impact.
And a major impact on you, how?
I can't tell you how my spirits are up. I can't stop smiling.
Seniors and students starting the day off together, step by step. Jan Crawford, CBS News, Arlington, Virginia.
Cuts down on gas. We'll be right back.
Want to do more for your brain? Unlike ordinary memory supplements, Nariva Plus fuels 6 indicators of brain health. Memory, focus, accuracy, learning, concentration, and reasoning. Nariva, do more for your brain.
My A1C stayed here. It needed to be here.
Ruby's A1C is down.
with Rybelsus.
My A1C wasn't at goal. Now I'm down with Rybelsus.
Mom's A1C is down with Rybelsus.
A1C down with Rybelsus. In a clinical study, once daily Rybelsus significantly lowered A1C better than a leading branded pill. Rybelsus isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. Don't take Rybelsus if you or your family ever had medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2 or if allergic to it. Stop Rybelsus and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or an allergic reaction. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Tell your provider about vision problems or changes. Taking Rybelsus with a sulfonylurea or insulin increases low blood sugar risk. Side effects like nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea may lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems.
Need to get your A1C down?
A1C down. Ask your healthcare provider about Rybelsus today. Are the stars out tonight?
Lexa, play our favorite song again.
Okay.
Did you sort through that already?
Yep. Found last week's Roman delivery.
Oh, you did? Save that one for later. Is this original? Our first concert together.
We danced all night.
3 encores.
Panther wagon.
How much for the shirt?
Not for sale. Yard sale's over.
Roman makes it simple and convenient to take care of ED. With Roman, you still got it.
On tomorrow's CBS Evening News, Steve Hartman goes on the road for a Girls' Field of Dreams, which extends to the broadcast booth. And a reminder, CBS News will have full coverage of the first public hearings from the January 6th committee. That's coming up at 8 Eastern, 7 Central. That is tonight's CBS Evening News. I'm Norah O'Donnell in our nation's capital. Good night.
Right now at 6, thousands of Americans have died as the result of gun violence this year. What local law enforcement is saying about keeping guns out of the wrong hands. And new technology is helping the parents of newborns check in on their babies in the NICU. How Angel Eye is giving families peace of mind.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Amy DuPont. More than 19,000 Americans have died in a shooting or other incident involving a gun just this year. That is according to the Gun Violence Archive. News 8 Now's Rob Ramono spoke live with law enforcement and a gun shop owner about how guns are ending up in the wrong hands. Rob?
Amy, here in Wisconsin, not all gun sales require background checks, making it easier for weapons to go completely undetected.
Technically, if you're in Wisconsin and you sell a firearm to a person that can't have one legally, then you're responsible for that.
Roger Wendling is the owner of Monsour's Sport Shop in La Crosse. He's a federally licensed firearm dealer, and every weapon sold at this shop requires a background check.
And they check out certain things on everybody.
But for private gun sales in Wisconsin, background checks are not required.
People that sell the guns, they'll have to realize that they are responsible for that.
According to Sheriff's Department Patrol Captain Marty Peterson, neighborhood gun sales are also unregulated.
But if it's a private person, for example, one neighbor selling a firearm to another neighbor, there's no regulation on that.
I specifically asked Peterson about what causes guns to fall into the wrong hands.
A lot of times, when we have burglaries, things of that nature, or smash and grabs, we call them, out of vehicles, firearms are stolen. People generally aren't keeping those. They're selling them for a quick dollar for drug use or whatever.
So if you want to be a responsible gun owner in Wisconsin, here are some tips from the Sheriff's Department and the owner of Mansour Sports Shop. 1. Make sure the weapon is stored safely and securely at all times. 2. Keep accurate records, including the make, model, and serial number of the weapon. 3. If you want to conduct a private sale of your weapon, know that you can still take it to a federally licensed dealer, like the one at Mansour's, and that dealer will conduct a background check.
If they want, they can bring their gun into a dealer, and they would do a background check and give it to the person that you want to sell it to. There is a cost involved in that, but it's a safety factor that you should put up with.
Now keep in mind, convicted felons in the state of Wisconsin cannot buy or possess firearms. Amy, I'll send it back to you.
All right, thank you, Rob. According to a recent survey from the RAND Corporation, you will find at least one firearm in more than 45% of Wisconsin homes. Prosecutors filed new charges against one of the suspects connected to the homicide of a 15-year-old from La Crosse. Prosecutors filed an attempted first-degree intentional homicide against 17-year-old Jackson Greengrass and a charge of felony murder as party to a crime. A judge also issued a warrant for Greengrass's arrest. Investigators say on May 22nd, 15-year-old Storm Vondrashek was shot and killed at an apartment complex on 7th Street South. Greengrass was also shot and hospitalized. He was initially charged with three misdemeanors and released on bond. We have entered what the Department of Transportation calls the 100 deadliest days of summer. It is a period of time where summer travel is up and traffic deaths rise as well. This year in Wisconsin, 209 people have already died in crashes, 16 more than at the same time last year. DOT officials say they are seeing a rise in risky behaviors on the road.
There's just this problem with people driving impaired, speeding, and not buckling up. It kind of comes back to basics, and people are forgetting about that.
Experts say the number of tickets issued to drivers speeding 100 miles per hour or faster has skyrocketed. They say at those speeds, no car will protect you during a crash. Great day to get outside and walk or bike. It's a beautiful day. Probably the first real summer day since school got out.
Yeah, terrific Thursday indeed. We managed 81 for an official high out at the La Crosse airport. Most surrounding areas in the mid to upper 70s for highs, including 79 in Eau Claire, 77 in Sparta, and 76 in Prairie du Chien. So that 81, 1 degree above average. So something about Thursdays so far this month. The only 2 days above average. The rest of the days have been below average in terms of that high temperature, although temperatures have been very pleasant all week long. Currently, skies are partly cloudy, but plenty of blue sky and sunshine out there. The thicker cloud cover well to our west. All that rain you see across Iowa will stay to our south tonight. Still 80 in La Crosse, and again, most surrounding areas in the mid to upper 70s. Partly to mostly cloudy overnight. Seasonable with lows in the 50s, including right around 58 degrees here in La Crosse. We do have some rain chances for tomorrow and Saturday, unfortunately. I'll have the details of my 8-day forecast coming up.
All right, thank you, Bill. Imagine not being able to hold your newborn or even be in the same room. That's the reality for many parents with a baby in the neonatal intensive care unit. But new technology is helping those families stay connected. An Onalaska family raised thousands of dollars to help Gunderson Health System install Angel Eye cameras in all 18 NICU rooms. Those cameras allow parents to check in on their child when they can't be with them. Nurses can also send parents videos, pictures, and messages. Brooke's son Ferris has been in the NICU for 11 weeks, and when she can't be by his side, she says the camera gives her peace of mind.
Just to kind of check in for a few minutes, and it's reassuring to see him just swaddled in bed and happy. And it's comforting for me to just know that he's okay when I'm not around.
Ferris has 2 older siblings. They're not allowed in the NICU, but they can say good morning and good night to their new little brother, thanks to the Angel Eye camera system. Well, for the first time, nursing students at Western Technical College are going through a poverty simulator. The goal is to help those nurses understand the challenges that people in poverty face. Each group of students are considered a family, and then they're given jobs and bills to pay. Organizers say the event helps nursing students understand why some people may have to bring a child to their surgery appointment, or why some people fall ill because they can't afford their medications.
Nursing students need to understand the technical skills of being a nurse, but we also need to understand the caring and the empathy and the lived experiences of the people we take care of so we can better serve them.
Nurses are also learning about the community resources that are available to help people who are struggling financially. The Great Rivers United Way is giving $1 million in donations to the local community. Today, the agency gifted the Cooley Recovery Center more than $20,000. That center plans to use the funds to provide more resources to individuals interested in recovering.
They says today is the day, where do I go from here? So it's kind of a way for us to have those initial conversations, find out what they've tried, what they haven't tried in a path to recovery, and then try to get them onto the best path for them.
Cooley Recovery Center has received United Way funds for more than 20 years. Shifting their lives into gear, that's what 3 local students are doing with the help of the Wisconsin Automobile and Truck Dealers Foundation. Each year, that foundation awards scholarships to students all across Wisconsin. But for the first time, students signed their scholarships here in La Crosse. The 3 winners will all attend Western Technical College, and each of their scholarships is valued at more than $6,100.
We want to help young people get into noble careers because make no mistake about it, these are high-skill, high-wage, high-demand jobs, and if we can get young people into these careers, then we are doing our job.
In addition to tuition, those scholarships include tools that the students will use in class. Still ahead, tourism dollars are rolling into the La Crosse area, and local travel experts tell us that this area is a pretty popular spot. And a construction update, the reason why construction on the new docks at Riverside Park has come to a halt and when that work will continue.
The Insurrection, an 11-month investigation. What you haven't seen. The January 6th hearings begin. Watch CBS News Live tonight.
Liza saves the day.
Well, this is how I cook, so.
I'm a big fan of your food. Thank you. Smells so good.
Oh. Mix and match a cheeseburger, McChicken, or 4-piece chicken McNuggets. Get any 2 for $3.
Our restaurant would have gone under if it wasn't for the amazing community support and small business grants from Governor Tony Evers. When the pandemic hit, we survived and didn't lay off a single employee. Since then, we've had our best year ever.
Small businesses are the heart of our economy. That's why I directed over $1 billion to thousands of small businesses, just like Lydia's.
I know politics can be really divisive, but Tony Evers is doing the right thing for small businesses.
Your adventure starts here at Ho-Chunk Gaming Black River Falls. We've got something for everyone. Explore hundreds of miles of off-road fun. Cap off the night with the crew by spinning up even more excitement. Or slow it down and relax. Just the 2 of you. Your adventure awaits, outdoors, indoors. Call or visit Ho-Chunk Gaming Black River Falls today. Experience the difference. Trail Riders Package available.
It's dangerous up here, and it's no fun shopping around for a reputable contractor. I've built my company on the promise to treat our customers like we would our own family. That means an honest, no-pressure sales experience, expert craftsmanship, and a lifetime guarantee of our work. Over the past 15 years, my team has installed thousands of maintenance-free gutter systems in the Rochester and La Crosse area, and we'd love to show you what Gutter Shutter can do for you and your home, but most importantly, keep you safe and off that ladder. So call today for a free estimate.
Arby's new Market Fresh lemonades are $1. Made with real fruit purees from real fruit, real cane sugar from real sugar cane, and real water from real water. Arby's, we have the meat.
Summer is big business. The warm weather means traveling and road trips and sightseeing. News 8 Now's Dua Israr is live on La Crosse's Pearl Street with how tourism impacts La Crosse County and its small businesses.
Amy, people are eating some ice cream, walking down to Riverside Park to listen to live music, and enjoying the small businesses La Crosse has to offer. Now, these businesses and events rely on revenue from tourists who come to La Crosse to enjoy this scoop of heaven. In small towns,
as we know, living here, it's a beautiful area.
Small businesses are the heart of the community.
There's just a lot of love and pride.
Support from residents helps local stores stay running.
When you're a small business, every little bit helps.
But tourism helps the entire city thrive.
Tourism supported over 3,800 jobs in La Crosse County alone.
During the pandemic, communities like La Crosse struggled to attract visitors.
Really, the first half of 2021, tourism was non-existent.
But during the second half of 2021, tourism surged. La Crosse County visitors spent $262 million in just 6 months.
That puts us in the top 10 out of the 72 counties statewide.
Explore La Crosse Director A.J. Frell says La Crosse's walkable neighborhoods, nature, and convention centers have helped attract visitors.
We're seeing a tremendous amount of leisure travel still. We are seeing the conventions coming back.
The Pearl Ice Cream Parlor is a popular tourist spot. Manager Asia Petersley says the Pearl relies on people coming to town and big events.
Most of the time that money stays locally and goes back into the community. It gets spent here.
And while there's concern high gas prices will prevent people from taking a road trip,
it's impacting all of us when we think about getting in the car and going down the road for whatever.
Frell says he's hopeful visitors will continue to drive through the Coulee region. Now, Explore La Crosse says the WIAA State track meet was only the beginning of bringing back big events and conventions back to La Crosse. Those events are just not at the pre-pandemic level just yet. Reporting in downtown La Crosse, Dua Esrar, News 8 Now.
All right, thank you, Dua. The Wisconsin Department of Tourism says the average person spends $160 per day in the region that they visit. Well, the city is putting construction on the new riverboat dock on hold, which means it may not be done by the time the new Viking River cruise boat docks in Riverside Park. Construction is on hold due to high water levels. The city expects it to begin again sometime next week. If that dock isn't ready by the time the next big boat arrives in La Crosse, that's happening in mid-July, the city says it does have a plan. Coming up, options for weekend fun. The La Crosse Festival is back full strength after 2 years, and summer celebrations are already underway in Sparta.
And I'm meteorologist Bill Grahl. We will have to deal with some rain chances both tomorrow and Saturday. I'll have the details of my 8-day forecast coming up next.
At Menards, we've got everything. Supplies, tools, power, accessories, and all the extras to get you ready. Ready for fun, ready for friends, and ready for family. Get ready for summer with Menards. This pellet grill with digital temperature control is $349.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Welcome to the Party Garage at La Crosse Fire Paste Company. You know us for our fireplaces. Now get to know us as your outdoor living headquarters. We are now bringing the fire outdoors with a large selection of outdoor gas fire tables, pizza ovens, ceramic charcoal grills, and hibachi style grills. With the largest selection of outdoor fire products in the Coulee region, we can help you get the most out of your own backyard. Stop in today, La Crosse Fire Paste Company, because your place is outside by the fire.
Oh, love that Chevy Blazer. That's our next SUV. Love that Equinox. That's our next SUV.
Nice Trailblazer.
It was love at first sight. What?
The Chevy family of SUVs. Find new options. Find new roads. It's Chevy Sport Utility Spring. Well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing or get a $1,250 cash allowance on all 2022 Equinox models. Visit hometownchevy.com.
When my family opened the first Culver's in Sauk City, Wisconsin, you know what we did? We gave it our all, making sure everyone felt welcome, sharing our favorite foods from around the state, like butter burgers and fresh frozen custard, greeting every guest with all our heart, crafting each meal with care, believing a smile makes everything taste better. And it's a tradition we bring with us yet today, from our hometown to yours. Welcome to Delicious.
When President Trump called for a southern border wall, I didn't just agree, I built him a prototype.
Tim Michaels, endorsed by President Trump.
Now, instead of building the wall, Joe Biden's rolling out the red carpet for illegal immigrants. Totally, completely, utterly incompetent.
Conservative Tim Michaels, endorsed by President Trump.
For illegals, no driver's license, no benefits, no tuition. There's nothing racist about enforcing our laws. And when I'm governor, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now, our community, your station.
Waltz your way down to the Pump House tomorrow and enjoy the many performances at ArtSpire. The Pump House Regional Art Center is proud to present the 9th edition of ArtSpire. The event is free with activities like live performances, food trucks, and a beer garden.
We really just want to bring everyone together to celebrate all of the arts in the region. It's dance, it's music, it's theater performances, and art.
It's been about 2 years since ArtSpire has put on a full 2-day event, so they're super excited to be back to how they say it should be. SPARTAFest officially kicks off in Sparta tomorrow, but the carnival rides are already spinning, and you can ride them until 10 o'clock tonight. You need a wristband or a regular or advanced ticket. And don't forget, the big parade at BUTTERFEST is Sunday at 12:30. And Bill, lots of eyes on the forecast this weekend because there's just a lot going on. Of course, everything is outside.
Yeah, we must be summertime in the cooler region. Stuff going on every weekend, and unfortunately we are going to have to dodge some rain chances both tomorrow and on Saturday as well. Sunday's looking mainly dry. Nice little time lapse from this morning. Yep, that is our almost full moon. It'll be full next Tuesday on the 14th. Got that setting in our western sky just before 2:30 or 3 o'clock this morning, and then skies were crystal clear to start. Just some high thin clouds scooting through from time to time, but lots of blue sky and sunshine through the day, made for a really nice Thursday. Medium symptoms today and tomorrow for pine and tree pollen. High symptoms both days for grass pollen, and grass pollen levels tend to peak in mid-June. Grass pollen season as of now. All right, skies are mostly clear, just some clouds off in the distance as we look off to the west. 81 was the high. Just barely above average by 1 degree, only the second time we've said that this month after a cool start. 51 was the low, average low is 59. Boy, another record high from a year ago, 97 degrees on this date last year. 39 degrees, the record low in 1937, and the sun sets this evening at 8:46, so plenty of time to enjoy this pleasant evening. 80 degrees at the airport, 80 degrees downtown here at the station. Winds out of the west-northwest at 5 to 10. There's the latest Mississippi River level, 8.13 feet, and it's forecast to continue to drop over the next several days. Temperatures in the 70s to right around 80 degrees locally. Again, we're at 80 in La Crosse, 80 up in the Twin Cities, 76 in Eau Claire, 78 in Black River Falls, 77 in Sparta, and 73 in Viroqua. Very comfortable air once again. Dew points in the 30s and 40s, so no humidity concerns at all across the region. Winds out of the kind of west-northwest now at about 5 to 10, and skies are mostly clear. Any thicker cloud cover still well to our west. All of this rain you see here will either fall apart or track by to our south as an area of low pressure stays well south tonight. It's this activity farther to the west that'll bring a chance for some kind of scattered showers and thunderstorms as we head into tomorrow. So dry tonight, just some passing clouds at times, kind of a mix of sun and clouds for our Friday. And there's the chance for some, especially midday into the afternoon hours, of showers and thunderstorms. Sky Tracker most impressed in central and southern portions of the viewing area, and then they quickly die off by about sunset. And then heading into Saturday, periods of rain, maybe a few thunderstorms as well, much like we saw last weekend, where it's not going to rain every minute of the day, but you'll definitely want to have that rain gear handy. Temperatures tomorrow, right around 76 or 77 for a high in the La Crosse area. Generally mid-70s down to the south, where the rain chances are a little bit higher, and then rain chances decrease as you head to the north, so that's going to help your high temperatures reach the upper 70s, maybe even flirting with 80 degrees in a few spots. So for tonight, partly to mostly cloudy, seasonable. Lows in the 50s for most, including 58 in La Crosse. For tomorrow, we're looking at highs right around 76 degrees. or I should say mid to upper 70s. And my weather system doesn't want to show us that. There's 76 chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms, especially in the afternoon. And looking ahead, we've got that rain chance on Saturday. Again, it's not going to rain all day long, but definitely some periods of showers and a few thunderstorms. And then here comes that warmth we've been talking about. 80s, even some low 90s on Tuesday. Small chance of rain on Monday. A little bit better chance around the middle of next week.
All right, thanks, Bill.
Okay.
Coming up next in sports, the three-pronged attack leading Onalaska soccer into sectionals, and Luther softball makes its program debut at the WIAA State softball tournament.
CityCam 8 is brought to you by the Board Store. Are new windows in your future? We're a Pro Via Platinum dealer with certified installers. We'll help you find the best style, color, and glass options for your budget. News 8 Now and Dairyland Power Cooperative present Our Community Cares.
Valley View Rotary Lights presents a summer concert series, Moon Tunes, every Thursday night through September 1st, 5:30 to 8 at Riverside Park. The 2022 lacrosse band concert season is here. Free outdoor concerts along the banks of the Mississippi every Wednesday night through July 27th, 7 p.m. at Riverside Park.
For more information on these events, or if you'd like to submit an event, visit news8000.com.
Before you buy a used vehicle, checking the brake fluid, engine mount, cooling fan, transmission fuel injector, brake pads, coolant, wheel alignment, software updates might not be on your list, but it's on our list of 172 inspection points performed by Ford factory-trained technicians on every gold-certified Ford Blue Advantage used vehicle. Plus, with Ford Blue Advantage, get our 14-day or 1,000-mile money-back guarantee to ensure peace of mind when purchasing your vehicle. Search conveniently, buy confidently. It's used car buying that's built for you by your Ford dealer.
At Batteries Plus, we power family road trips. We power bedtime stories. We power our local hospitals. We power connections with friends. We do more than replace batteries and fix phones and tablets. We help our neighbors power their lives. How powerful is that? Get powered in-store, curbside, and at batteriesplus.com.
Toilet paper, we all use it. And like cheese or motorcycles, Wisconsin's long been a leader in production. But we lost our share of the market and jobs as companies saw cheaper and cheaper labor. Our supply chain crisis shows just how vulnerable we are when we allow Wisconsin products to be made overseas. I'm running for Senate to fight this race to the bottom, to make sure Wisconsin jobs and products are made right here. Because Chinese toilet paper, my ass. I'm Tom Nelson, and I approve this message.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now's Ken Kozorowski with sports.
Luther softball is in Madison for the program's first ever WIAA State tournament appearance. The athletes told me earlier this week that realization that they've made program history probably won't hit them until they get off the bus in Madison. But there won't be too much time to dwell on that because they have to face the top-seeded team left, Grantsburg. Those Pirates come in scoring 200 runs this season, and every batter hits over 350. Tall task. First inning here. Pirates already with runners on base, and the pitcher Whitney Myers giving herself an early lead with this deep two-run double. Pirates scored 5 in the frame. Luther trying to answer back. The senior Allie Werner sending a fly ball to center. This one caught for the out, but Hannah Motzke sliding in from third for the sac fly. But Grantsburg kept those runs coming. This hit goes past the good diving effort at shortstop, and the Pirates score 2 more runs. Luther's later down 9-1 heading into the 6th inning, but signs of life offensively. The freshman Carly Miller driving in a pair with that single to right, though the Knights are still trailing by 8 in the late innings.